Welcome to WRL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today, I have Loot,
Hey guys.
Ogre Barbarian, and
Hello.
special guest Abcuts.
Hello, hello.
So before we get started, let's do a little bit. We're going to talk about Abcuts' amazing website, DCLtoolKit.com, and then we're also going to do a meta report on Medphyll. But before we get going, let's get a little bit of background on Abcuts. How long you been playing, favorite character, and where did the name Abcuts come from?
All right. I started in February, and
Of this year?
yeah.
Oh,
I've just
wow.
been a daily player since then, but yeah, pretty fresh off the presses.
Oh, wow.
But I think that might have been why I kind of built this thing. Was I was surprised it didn't exist for a game that's like 4 years old. I don't know. It just seemed like it wouldn't be too hard to do. So with all this time on my hands with quarantine, just knocked it out.
Yeah, that is awesome because we had a wiki at one point, but then whoever was in charge of it stopped updating it. At WROL, we kind of thought about doing something like that, but it's just very time
Yeah, I
consuming
liked the wiki, but yeah, just seemed like it wasn't updated. But I do
I
like
don't
how
think
they.
it is.
Yeah, I like how they have
Actually,
the.
recently it started getting updated again.
Oh, okay. But there was a hiatus, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody else took over.
Yeah.
I understand.
So, also, when you say this information wasn't available, the information itself was available. It just was hard to track down some of it, and it wasn't in a single location.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you're referring to.
Right.
Sorry.
No, it's all out there. I just tried
It
to.
wasn't in a nice, neat package.
There
Yeah.
you
No,
go.
it was not.
So, who's your favorite character in game right now, Abcuts?
Right now I gotta go with Hippolyta. Just been using her on pretty much every team.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I don't know. I
She's pretty amazing.
took a liking to her pretty immediately.
And what about in DC lore? Who's your go-to character?
Gotta go with the Batman.
Yeah, I when I first started playing the game, I wasn't as big a Bat fan, but for some reason, the comics Batman's really kind of gripped me lately. But so let's move on to your website. For those of you who haven't checked it out, it will be in the link in the show notes. And Abcuts did an amazing job. If you're on a cell phone or a tablet, it looks better. But if you're on a cell phone, the art's a little funky on the front page, but that's really about it. If you
Once you start clicking around, it's fine, but...
Yeah, it's super clean, super easy to navigate. You can sort by literally anything you can think of. And Abcuts, if you want to just kind of talk through it.
The sort feature. Oof. Good
Is that a
stuff.
good oof or a bad oof?
It was a good oof. Good oof.
Oh, good. Oof.
Good stuffs. Good stuffs.
Well, thank you. Yeah, anyone listening, I want to say thanks to everyone that's been so receptive of it. I've gotten a lot of praise and a lot of feedback, and thank you to people that keep flagging characters that have incorrect information. So yeah, if we go to you want me to just go through what the character guide is like?
Yeah, just kind of talk through what people can find and what they can search through, and just anything and everything that you think would be relevant.
All right. Well, yeah, it's basically a full list of every character that you can sort by their tier as provided by the WROL broadcast. You can sort by their name, speed, hit point, strength, intel, and then filter is kind of the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. Especially with this physical showcase going on right now, I've been using the find all the red characters and then see which ones are leaders, see which ones can do bleed, which ones can't miss, which ones heal.
Yeah, and if you're on the website, I'm just kind of clicking around right now on a PC. On a PC, it is just unbelievable. You click it, it automatically sorts. Like I clicked a physical, showed me all the physical characters. I clicked can't miss, pulled up all the can't miss characters right away.
Basically, that means go away, Casey.
And there's it's just in every kind of turn meter up, turn meter down, steel shield, revive. I mean, he's got everything.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm looking forward to you adding more because I know that there's more.
There's more. I have ideas. I'm hoping that anyone that has an idea feels free to reach out. I really want it to be like a community website where if you have an idea, you want something easy to find, we can get it up there.
And then I did notice you added the calendar feature. So I see Red Alerts calendar, which is awesome. Are you planning on adding events and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so someone asked for that in the comments when I posted it on Reddit. So that has been added to my to-do list.
So what's going to happen when you end quarantine?
That's hopefully by then all I'll have to do is make character updates.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll still have nights and weekends.
Yeah, it's kind of once you get going on this stuff, it's hard to stop, and then you get sucked in to doing everything all the time. But
Yeah.
it just looks so good. It's so clean. It's funny. Somebody who's, I guess, familiar with coding even said you had the cleanest code he'd ever seen. So do you do web design as a?
Yeah, that's the day job.
Okay.
I'm a programmer, not actually a designer, so I'm glad people think it looks good, but I just tried to keep it clean and was really going for ease of use more so than flashy and pretty.
I think that's the
And
preferred.
I was gonna say that's all it needs. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think the thing is people forget sometimes that function creates form. So
Very well put.
And I like you have the speed, hit point, strength, and everything's on here. Literally everything. So
Yeah, I do have the other 4 attributes. I have those hidden at the moment just because it got a little cluttered with 8 attributes up there. But if people want them, we can throw them up there.
I don't know why you'd need them personally, but
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. So like I said, been playing since February. I don't know how you guys use those yet.
what other attributes are you referring to?
There's stamina, critical chance, critical value, and agility.
but if they really want those, they can look at the character in game.
Yeah. And to be fair, stamina determines your HP, so it's not like you need it per se. Unless you're looking at specifically building a stamina up comp, and then that's just, well, you're doing it wrong probably. But
I
Yeah,
think
it's
there's
awesome.
really only one attribute that I use to come, to think of it. It's just speed.
Yeah.
It's the only one that really matters for me, anyway.
Yeah, I added that after I was watching Joshua's Twitch stream because I noticed that he kept pulling up speed. So I was like, oh, maybe I should add that stuff.
It's like the key factor when you're playing Siege.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know who goes first.
And you
It's
can,
super important.
it's exactly why I made the speed calculator.
and if you click on his on the sort function, you just click speed and it sorts them by speed. So, which is nice.
Yeah.
So it's got, really everything you could want. Awesome website. Really appreciate you doing this. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to check it out. I'm sure it will be added to your favorites very quickly.
It's a lot of useful stuff here.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
And so any last things you want to mention before we move on to Medphyll?
Oh yeah, the name Abcuts is doesn't mean anything. It's I want to say I was playing like NBA Street back in high school and just started typing ABC and didn't know where to go from there. And then Abcuts was
It is
born. And
ABC.
yeah, well, I call it Abcuts. You can call it ABC Uts, AB Cuts. I don't know.
I think you were like a gym rat or something.
Yeah, I wish.
All right, well, let's move on to Medphyll. Abcuts, I'll start with you. Have you, since I know you're a newer player, have you ungeared or used Medphyll at all yet?
I think I'm sitting at 20 out of 25 on shards to unlock him.
Oh, okay.
Because he was not available.
Void scanner?
Void scanner. Not available since I started playing, so I won't have much to offer here other than I saw him on a couple of Twitch streams. He seems pretty cool, so I'll let you guys carry this one.
Ogre, have you geared him or used him into your Gear 8 world?
I don't have him yet, but I used to use him back in the day. He was like my first leader.
Oh yeah.
And so I can just compare like what he was then compared to what he looks like now. He looks like he's so much improved. He looks like a beast. He still
is.
fills pretty much the same role. He wants to be your control master. He's there to control everything, and that's what he does. So,
And Loot, what are your thoughts on Medphyll?
He's awesome. I think he brings so much to the table. There's so much control, so much turn meter manipulation. He completely can take a strength character out of the game, basically. He just neuters them with that lights move. And the only thing he doesn't really do is damage. Like, pretty much none. So,
Yeah, I mean,
whoa. When you say he doesn't do damage, the dude hits for like 10k on his basic, which is the only move he has that deals damage. So
I know, but honestly, Ogre, you're not.
You don't use it, I know.
Games like me.
No, I know, but you also don't use his basic.
well,
I
even
think
if
that's
you
one of
use,
the
I do use his basic quite a bit, but not for damage. I do it to bring on the men's.
yeah, you
And
can't.
what I have noticed is the AI, for whatever reason, is actually kind of smart. So when you put out that basic, it gives it to the tune that actually needs it,
I wonder if that's
which
intended
is
or not.
pretty
Because I've noticed
freaking
that
awesome. Like, usually it's reverse flash that needs those meds. So, if it's reverse flash that needs it, he ends up getting them. If it's Kilowog that needs it, he gets them. It's the AI for what it just works, which is really different. I'm used to the AI not working or doing something stupid. In this case,
Right.
if I use his basic, I know it's going to give meds to the tune I need it to.
The other
Can
thing
we-
too
Can
about
we
Loot's
actually
mention.
check the wording on his basic?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says apply
Now
for mends
that-
to 2 random allies, so it doesn't.
Two random. Okay.
I mean, you
I
have
was
50%
just gonna say,
chance,
if
I
it
guess.
said lowest HP, that would be, a
But
thing,
one thing to mention on what Loot said with the damage being low, I can second that because if you're facing any character that can self-heal or shield, you can't kill them. You get stalemated forever.
I just ran into that issue and I lost. I was going on 18 minutes in a revenge, and it just got to the point where the taunts on the other side took over. But it took 18 minutes to get there. It was basically a stalemate.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had a match I had to retreat from for that. I mean, it's not terrible damage. You can get a kill with it, but it's low enough that you can't overpower any mending or healing people.
It doesn't seem to work on shields. Like, I feel like it really struggles against shields. An unshielded enemy, it seems to be okay. But if it hits a shield, I find that it's almost like it hits a force field and it just bounces off.
Well, I think it's because those characters typically are intellect based or no, he's strength based. Never mind. I keep thinking he's intellect based and he's not. Yeah. But I like him. I think it's funny because I thought he was gonna be a character that I wasn't going to use at all come when Siege ended, and I'm like, I'll probably never use him again. Granted, I'll probably use him limited, but he's still gonna probably get busted out in certain scenarios where you need to remove Arcus or Wonder Girl or something. Well, Wonder Girl's tougher because she self purges them and can kind of power through them at times between her purge ability and magic purge.
Would he be good in PvE?
Oh, he's a god in PvE.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can completely make it so that the enemy never gets a turn.
They can't hurt you. Yeah.
Cool.
Him and
I
Jessica
think
Cruz
he's
pair so well.
amazing.
Yeah, him and Jessica Cruz pair so well. And his taunt, which I originally thought was kind of dumb, but then after facing it so much this siege, that
He's
crit
tanky.
immunity. Yeah, that crit immunity makes it. I mean, he gets 38%
Plus
shield.
the staminas.
Yeah, stamina's taunt and the crit immunity. It's surprisingly tanky. Like he's hard to kill while that's up. Very good
I
character.
think he might even be my favorite of the month.
Really.
I think so. I use it
Gotta
in
eat
every
your broccoli,
single
kids.
fight.
So let's talk Legendary Order. I originally had I I think I originally had his. I don't know why I had his 2 listed first. The crit immunity. I think that's a typo. I think I meant to put 3. The extra 5
Probably
strength
supposed to
downs.
be 3, yeah.
Yeah,
Because completely neutering a character is just, it's so valuable.
yeah,
It's stronger than a
Plus,
stun.
those speed downs are so good. And
Yeah.
it's got turn meter down on its own without
Yeah,
those
it's like
speed downs.
42% turn meter down, too.
yeah. I mean, it does it without it, but I think the argument when we were originally looking at it was that 5 5 strength downs is already enough. But I don't.
It's
I don't. I actually think I'd want all 10.
like 5 is
Especially
nice.
with those
Not,
empowered strength ups.
Yeah.
Because, it really did. It's helped me so many times.
So,
I'm waiting for the empowered strength down. Now, that would be pretty badass, too.
well, I don't think you need it. I mean, I actually
but they
think
don't
you.
have anything that cares about the number of debuffs you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say you actually
So,
would rather have more debuffs because it's harder to purge. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
so 3 first, then
Yeah, 3, I think, is pretty much, I almost liken it to Killer Frost's stun, where
yeah,
it gives the turn meter down and the speed down, but it's even more than that. Like, it's really weird, because, like, they start doing their out-of-turn attacks, and you don't care. You're like, tickle me, whatever.
then I think I would go with his 5 next. All teammates have a 50% chance to apply 10% turn meter down when damaging an enemy. That's his leader.
I find that
It
it
is really
procs
good.
a lot.
Yeah,
It it procs more than I thought it was going to. I was disappointed when I saw that percentage, but in actual gameplay, I'm finding it feels more than it says, which is a good thing.
then personally, I think I would go with his 2 next, the gain crit immunity, because when you taunt, you really want to have that.
I think if you don't take that legendary, you really shouldn't use the taunt.
Yeah. And then
It's really important.
I think his 1, apply 10% shield to mended targets, because they need to have the mend first. So I kind of feel like that's a little less valuable, but it's still mighty
Well,
good.
no. It gives 10% to whoever the 2 random allies are that get the mends.
Right. But I mean, it's very good, but I don't feel like it's as
So it gives
critical
them
as the other
10%
3.
shield and 4
Yeah.
mends. But it's unreliable because it's
It
random.
is useful. The weird thing, though, is because in this particular siege, I'm using so many tunes that apply shield,
Yeah.
I don't even really recognize who's giving the shield half the time because I'm getting
Right.
so much shield all the time.
And then
Yep.
the last one I would take would be on his apply the damage immunity, apply 4 mends. Still a good power, but I don't feel like it's like if you had to leave one off, that'd be the one I'd probably pick.
I'm a fan
Yeah.
of that damage immunity.
Well, no,
Come
you
to
get the
think
damage
of it,
immunity.
I'm
The
a fan
legendary
of
upgrade
his
is
whole
applying
kit.
4 meds.
I think we should just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and call it a day.
We're talking for people that don't have that luxury.
Yeah. So if you had to leave
No,
one
I know.
off,
I'm just
I mean, he's L5
Yeah.
material. Definitely an L5 character.
He's very much an L5 material. Now, something I will say, I know that we put 5 as his second pick.
Yeah.
If you have a specific leader that you use and you only use them, somebody like Red Hood or something, and you think that I need a green that can neuter characters, this is definitely your character for that. But you're never going to use him as a leader. It's okay to rearrange his order
Yeah.
a little bit. He still functions very well outside of leader. So
he really does. Off lead, he works really well.
So don't take that as he has to be the leader just because we put his leadership high. It's just because we value that turn meter down. So
Right. And
That's just
I'll
my
even
little-
put that in the legendary order notes. You can leave off his 2 leader if no intention of lead, but solid character.
hands down, he wants that strength down. And as long as you have that, I think he's viable.
And what about team comps? Who would you say he's best paired with?
Luke, you want to go first?
Ogre,
point.
go ahead and who would you
Okay.
pair him with? I mean, obviously shielded characters or any
Well,
lantern
no,
shielding characters he pairs well with.
honestly, he doesn't need other shield characters.
No, I mean he's
What he-
good for them.
Well, he is good for them, but things that he wants, because he also gains the turn meter off of his leadership, you want him with fast characters, or characters that can take regularly fast turns. So other characters that also grant turn meter are really good with him, and other characters that apply meter down are also really good with him. So you look at somebody like Castaway Green Arrow is a perfect fit for a team style with him in it, if he's the leadership.
That's probably why I like him
because-
so much, because he's
Right?
he's a huge
He's
Castaway
Gaga
fan
for
and uses
Gaga.
him. And he's got a RB5, so he's
Right? But yeah, like, so if you're just gonna pair Medphyll with somebody, just build to what he's already building. Build additional control aspects, more turn meter down, more turn meter up, some buff purging because he can't do it himself. He doesn't have any buff purging. So that's something that you want to definitely pair him with. You know, so again, Castaway Green Arrow fits perfectly for him. But yeah, those are, I think, the main things that you want to build for him is just continue that control strategy.
He's also so good with Donna Troy. Him and Donna Troy taunting, they can just cycle taunts. It is a freaking nightmare. I faced Vincent.
Someone that can share taunts with him is definitely good.
I faced Vincent's RB5, Donna Troy, with him, and they managed to whittle me down and kill 2 characters before I could kill them both. After nuking the other 2. It's just insane. And then
yeah, because they're just so tanky.
And then he pairs awesome with Jessica Cruz because you can not only shut down a strength-based character, but you also can shut down an intellect-based characters, and they can cycle back and forth with taunts and shielding.
Mm-hmm.
So those 2 are just a match made in heaven.
Yep.
All
Especially
right.
now that she's an off-lead.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Medphyll before we wrap this up?
Eat your broccoli, kids.
Yeah, I think we might have lost Loot. Thanks again, Abcuts, for joining us.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Any favorite characters you like Medphyll with, Loot, before we wrap it up?
Nobody different than you just said.
Okay.
He's add another taunter, and it's just insane.
Yeah,
It's fun.
and I think Donna and Barda are probably the 2 big ones because they also continue to increase your survivability also. So
Yeah, he's just a good character all the way around. I'm surprised at how much I
Yeah.
like him. And I like him more and more as I use him.
Me too. I might even consider him for S tier. He's just so good.
Very good character.
it's not even that he's good; he's just so versatile.
Yeah.
He's adaptable. You can pretty much plug and play. I mean, it's all the characteristics that we pretty much measure our tier list against.
He just doesn't do damage.
No, but that's okay. He's
Yeah, exactly.
control.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Thanks a lot, Abcuts, for joining us. And keep up the great work on the website and anything we can do to help. And anybody in the community, if you have any ideas or anything you can do to lend Ab a hand, please reach out to him. We'll be on the right.
I'm going to
road.
actually reach out to Ab here probably in the next week or 2 to add some stuff because I have some ideas.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. I'm on the Reddit's on Discord. I'll be out there.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Talk to you later.
Hi everyone, this is Determined Lemon. Thank you for listening to this episode of WROL Broadcast. Please help us out by becoming a patron and getting access to special patron-only shows. Just go to patreon.com/WROL Broadcast. We also have DC face masks at our store. Please be sure to check them out. Shh, crikey. We don't want to spook him. We've spotted that rare and elusive DPO-427.